I got a hand-me-down dog. I keep a second-hand cat. We all live together in a one-room run-down flat. I drive a Nash Rambler car. It never goes very far. I drink my pint of old granddad from an old green mason jar.
All right. Howdy, howdy, gang. Trying a new setup here. So, bunch of stuff's changed since last time. Got different camera running over here. Microphones, noise suppression now. It's got a vibration isolator stand on it. And also my computer doing the encoding and streaming is on the other side of the room. So hopefully my audio doesn't get trashed from noise suppression. Let's play some Lagoon. Ice caves. So I was on stream for about an hour a couple days ago, basically experimenting with some stuff with the stream. I tried out the boss here a couple times, and I got my fanny kit. So what I'm gonna try now is leveling again. Maybe upping my defense will help me a little bit. And then I gotta basically solve the puzzle of the boss room. And one thing I think I noticed with this current setup that's still a bit of a drawback, I am running the HDMI capture through a USB hub, and I think that's causing potential drop frames on the game capture, or maybe like a frame jittering or doing something weird. I'll have to look back at the footage later to see if it still happens. I have a plan for that too. So right now, I'm doing the streaming on a 2013 MacBook Pro, and it has USB, but only has 2 USB 3 ports. And I have at least 3 USB devices, because I have my Blue mic, got the HDMI capture for our video game, and then I'm running this webcam now off of it. Where previously, I was using the onboard camera from the MacBook, which has some conveniences, but one, the placement of the laptop then also is a dependency on how the camera's placed, and when it's making noise, that makes everything weird. Also, frankly, it's not a very good camera. I knew that, but I figured I'd just use it till I couldn't stand it anymore. And if I was if I was gonna be moving the computer anyway in order to try to get rid of some noise, good a time as any to use an external camera. So I had this 4K AverMedia webcam hanging around, so we're trying that. It doesn't have a zoom, which is tricky because I have this sitting across the room from me. So what I'm doing instead is I'm running the camera at 4K to get as many pixels as possible, and then I'm just cropping the image. And so what you're seeing is like a very small subset of the overall frame. I'm hoping on the whole it's a higher quality than the 720p 30 frame a second built-in webcam that the MacBook has by default. We'll see. So yeah, I guess I rambled a bit, but I've got 2 USB ports. I have 3 USB devices. I'm using the hub. The hub might be an issue. I did find that Elgato had made a Thunderbolt 2 dock, which I've ordered a used one. And hopefully what that will do for me is I could basically convert one of the Thunderbolt ports on this laptop to be USB 3. And then I can move the HDMI capture over to its own dedicated USB and get it off of the hub. And I think that'll clear that up. It's not terrible now, but I do want the game capture to be as good as possible, because that's kind of the majority of the screen, right? That's what we're here to watch. I'm here, that's neat, but like, the game is the most important thing. I want people to be able to enjoy that. I keep going up there like there's something there, because I just keep forgetting there's nothing there. Nope, there's nothing there. No, that's the right one. Dang it. I confuse myself sometimes. I'll get you. We're not too far off from leveling. So apologies if I end up too optimistic about my mic stand, but I did some like tapping on the desk and stuff, and it doesn't seem to affect the sound anymore, which is cool. So I've got my tea here, and I'm using the table with the mic to hold my tea. If it thumps, my bad. I'm hoping it won't. I just like having my tea in easy reach. And like I'm not aiming for this stuff to be amazing. Like if there's reasonable improvements I can make it watchable, I'll do that. I think it's fine. Because like if I really wanted to, I could go out and buy a bunch of gear, like a basic light kit for film shooting, to do like fill light and illuminate me better than this light in the ceiling of my office. I could get a mic stand and move the microphone in front of my face, so that's picking up more of me and less of everything else in the room. Better camera than a webcam across the room, or position it better so it's closer, you can use more of the frame. But we're not putting, A+ effort into this setup. That ain't what we're here for. I mean, also, frankly, like, hey, Doc, welcome. Let me know. I've been rambling since the start of this about my new setup, so let me know what you think. I think we've got a lot of improvements here. The camera should be better, mic should be better. Otherwise, right now, I'm just doing a little bit of grinding before we try the boss puzzle again. One thing I've thought about before, too, that Excellent. One thing I've thought about, too, that I don't think is really necessary is I thought about bumping up the resolution of the stream because I think right now we're doing at 720. And what stopped me is like the source resolution of the game is way lower than 720p. So like I'm basically spending bandwidth and CPU to maybe make your video drivers scaling work less hard. I think something like increasing the resolution of the stream would make more sense if I was doing HD gaming or something, where I'd potentially be downscaling the source game. Slash. This guy only sometimes seems to respawn. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Like, if I'm doing it at a higher resolution, there's more resolution options to the viewer. But like, I don't know what a viewer would gain from having something above 720p for this kind of stream. Like, I suppose, like, my image could potentially be higher quality, or the render of the chat, because both of those things are probably a higher resolution than the 240p Super Nintendo that we're seeing here. Yeah, that was the point I was making. Is like if I was doing something HD, then I think it'd make more sense. Because like, right, even if I do progressive scan GameCube, right? If that's only 480p, then streaming at 720p, you're still getting more vertical lines than what the game's actually producing. But yeah, like if I started playing games that were rendering in greater than 720, or if it was widescreen 720 where I'd be having to crop it or something to make it all fit in the screen, then you'd be actually losing visual data, and then it'd be warranted potentially to increase the resolution of the stream. But one incidental advantage to running this at a lower resolution is right now the MacBook that's doing this work is on Wi-Fi, and that's plenty of bandwidth for doing this. The 10-year-old i7, I guess maybe 12-year-old at this point, i7 that's in this thing, is more than happy to encode this whole video with like 30% CPU utilization, I think, while also running all the capture peripherals. Basically, I'd kind of come to this conclusion because I think I was doing N64 streaming at some point, and I was like, I should increase the resolution. I was looking at it, and I'm like, why? Like, the thing that's taking up all the screen space is already a lower resolution than my streaming resolution. Oh, I did level. Awesome. Alright. So, let's try to figure this out. Well, we're doing better so far. We are out of fence juice. Ah! Alright. So you potentially work faster. To have more, defense ring available to us, I suppose. Well, I put it on for the primary one because I could potentially take a lot of damage there. Let's try it one more time with the first phase. Yeah, I'm doing really bad. Yeah, I might as well die. Like, you can see you can take damage really fast from that. Oh, God. I suppose I could try it. I could just, yeah. I wonder, I doubt... Yeah, it probably wouldn't work out. I was gonna say, like, I wonder if I could, like, kill a crystal, then leave the room and come back. I'm pretty sure it's gonna reset it. I feel like you did really good hitting the crystals that time, though. Like, whatever that sweet spot is to hit those crystals, like, we were able to do it pretty fast. Like, previous playthroughs, I struggled with that. Ah, dang it. Yeah, like there, right? I got hit twice and I lost half my health. That's what really sucks about that. And maybe I'm getting hit more than twice, but it's just like, it shoots them out so fast. At least from previous playthroughs, like, there didn't seem to be an obvious pattern. Like, you're just kind of hoping. I could try some jump avoidance and see if that helps. Yeah, dang! Like, ow, ow, ow. I might go back to put a defensive ring on and just see if I can kill him faster, because it's way too easy to take damage otherwise. I mean, it looked like once that ball was exposed, I was able to do some pretty decent damage. I would say I wasn't expecting the the shot pattern I got. That was rough. And I also don't know what causes that ball to stop rolling. Man, that's part of what blows. Like, it's random. Alright. Man, even that's... I think I had a good run there is what happened, because I don't understand yet how to... I know I still got my ring on. Put these guys first. I feel like I'm just kind of running into the crystals. Maybe I just level again. And that gives me more MP and ups my defense and attack. Yeah. Like, I don't have a good strategy. Like, these guys are super easy to take down, which tells me that I'm at a reasonable level for this area, but... not be able to use my magic means I can't hit any of those crystals from range or anything. So I have to get up in there. I can't attack on diagonals as far as I know. So I have to be in the line of fire for those crystals. Maybe it would benefit me to attack them from the side, because there's fewer turrets in line of sight, right? Because if I'm on the vertical, there's two up top that are going to be firing at me. But if I'm the side, there's only the ones across from each other. So that might increase my chances of not getting pelted. That puts me in, shot of the ball. But, I think we're just going to have to deal with that. And maybe, I do that for the first two, and then by then the odds are even. I can just avoid the ball. I'll still level again because, frankly, the randomness of that boss removed a lot of respect I have for it. So I will happily over level and then try to make it something easy to mow down. That's not a very good boss. There's kind of a puzzle, which is neat, but man, random shots and random stopping to become vulnerable. I don't like that. Especially when stuff's off screen where I can't perceive the whole playfield and react. There's literally stuff randomly happening out of sight for me that I just have to void? Tank? Oh, that's cool. Was it like an unfinished game, or was it a port from a different platform, or what's the deal with it? Is it like the GTA 3 and Counter-Strike where it's running but it needs a lot of work yet to be really playable? or RuneScape. I mean, I'd be surprised if someone already didn't do a Java runtime for Dreamcast. So I think there's OpenJDK, which is an open source Java machine. And theoretically, right, if you can run that, you could run RuneScape or any number of other things. Oh, I see. Okay, so it's already there. Something already did. I assume it's RuneScape Classic, like they didn't take the modern RuneScapes. It's like, of course it is. Well, like, the family computer runs RuneScape at like 5 to 10 FPS, which I didn't expect that. I would have thought RuneScape would have run better than that. Maybe it always ran that slow and we were just fine with it because it was 2000. Yeah, that could be. I don't know what the memory requirements are for RuneScape, and yeah, the Dreamcast ain't gonna have much. Yeah. What would be cool, so like, if I remember correctly, there's WebAssembly, which is basically taking interpreted JavaScript and compiling it down to a bytecode and then running that in a machine. That's, I don't know how much it's actually used, but that's a tool that's available if you want to make like incredibly performant web code. I kind of wonder if you could write a better machine to run the bytecode for something like RuneScape, or maybe decompile it and then attempt to do an open source re-implementation. We're gonna be a bit more targeted with how it uses resources and does rendering and stuff. So I suppose that's part of it too. Is it's probably doing 100% of the rendering and software, and I don't know if that's like actually doing voxels or how it's doing its landscapes and stuff. But like, you could probably save some performance if you're able to offload rendering tasks to the GPU and be much tighter with what sort of objects are being allocated and stuff. Yeah. I think we leveled again. Oh, awesome. We're just gonna keep leveling. F it. We're just gonna chill and grind. Get max level here. Yeah. Yeah, you guys went on a pretty big trip. I think your late Christmas gift is gonna be hanging out at your house then, right? I don't remember the exact date that was supposed to arrive, but I think that would have arrived while you're on the road. Cool, cool, cool. I'm hoping after we finish through Lagoon, we're going to go back to East 3, and I know I didn't stream any of East 3, but we'll still go back to East 3 and complete it. Since we're on, like, the last dungeon. And then once we're done with East 3, we're gonna go back to we're gonna go back to Draken. Like, Draken got hung up on the fact that I broke my SCART switch, which, man, that sucked. I felt super bad when I broke that. I wasn't sure what I was gonna do about it because I didn't know what component was broke. I put a pre-order in. It took months, but at least they finally shipped it. So, that'd be cool to get back to Draken because we were making good progress there. I was knocking out Super Nintendo RPGs. I basically started Lagoon because I was on the last Dungeon of Ease. And I was like, I want to chill for a night and not try to beat the last Dungeon of Ease. So I knew I had Lagoon, and I kind of wanted to play through it because I wanted to watch the Basement Brothers video on Lagoon. And I turned it off, and I was like, you know, I'm going to actually play this, so I won't play it before I watch a review on it. And I started actually getting into it. I'm like, oh, this isn't that bad. And let's keep playing it. And then the Switch came in and started streaming it. Yes, and we'll have to get back to Alien Chronicles as well. One thing that might befall Alien Chronicles is, after Draken, am I going to want to do another RPG, or am I going to want to look at one of the Koei games? Because I am interested in that. And I'm also interested in cracking out some wizardry. Oh, golly. Because I have lined up do a little show for the camera, I guess. Just to the other side of the microphone. We have Wizardry 1 for the Apple II. Wizardry 2 for the Apple II. Wizardry 3. Wizardry 3 for the Apple II. Wizardry 4 is supposed to be super duper hard and not worth it, so, and it's really expensive. So that's why we don't have Wizardry 4. Then on our SNES stack, we have Wizardry 5 for the SNES. And a homebrew or fan translation of Wizardry 6 for the SNES. And then Wizardry 7 and 8. I've already got 8 for the PC. I know, right? I have other ulterior motives for Wizardry, though, that go beyond just streaming. Wizardry 7, I bought Wizardry Gold. I think I got the Mac version. Because I was like, that'd be neat to play it on Mac. But, like, that's 3 games down the line at this point, so I'm not sure what I'm going to feel like doing. I mean, it'd be nice to do more with the Apple II again. I do like the Apple II. I also should have coming in the mail, I think there's 5 different, like, Wizardry games that were done for the Game Boy and the Game Boy Color that someone sells repros with it translated. I think you should stream Warlocked as much as you're getting into it. Like, you've got the gear. You can stream Game Boy. Actually, I know you have Super Game Boy, so that won't do Warlocked. I don't remember if you got the Game Boy player or not. Yeah, so you can stream Warlock and be like, hey guys, I think this Warlock game's pretty sweet. Let me tell you all about it in only 40 hours of gameplay footage. I see. I must say, so far, not having not gone through the final area of the game, uh, when I was looking up stuff about Lagoon when I first got it, because like you look up Lagoon's not an expensive game for Super Nintendo. The biggest complaint about it was the combat and the fact that you have like a really short range and you just like meh slash your sword. And kind of did the classic internet thing of like, this game's garbage, don't even touch it, not worth it. It doesn't seem super hard so far. Like, yeah, there's been some not good fits. Like this, I would say this boss in particular is a bit more difficult because of how the combat works, but like I wouldn't throw the whole game away because of it. I'd honestly say more than the combat in it. The game itself is just a little bit bland. Like the story's pretty sparse, and that's not uncommon for RPGs of this era. Where it's like you're the light guy, and there's a dark guy, and it's hinting at like you're gonna have to work together to fight the big bad, and like there's not a lot of world building going on. But we both know that getting good is not something I'm good at. I get okay. That's the best we do. Well, to me, like, Lagoon's fine. Like, Lagoon's a perfectly adequate RPG rental. I think if you had to choose, like, between this and Illusion of Gaia, Gaia wins. Easy. Like, I'm happy to play this. This is fine. There's a number of RPGs for Super Nintendo, as I have in a stack, but, like, there's not so many RPGs that there's not room for a middling game. Yeah. And, like, I don't know why, but for how adequate Lagoon is, I find it way more fun than Secret of Evermore. Secret of Evermore, I got bored. Like, I don't know if it's just like the whole, you're just a hip, cool kid going through time. Wasn't something I really cared about, or what, but like, it felt kind of tedious. Almost like a little bit how I felt playing Majora's Mask. Because like there's some parts of Secret of Evermore, I'm remembering, like, it's been a while, but, like, you gotta kind of go get the item from the village in order to go back to the volcano to do the thing, and, yeah. Like, it felt like as much slower, much more drawn out than this, and it's an action RPG too, so it's not even turn-based. But, ugh. And yeah, Secret of Mana, I think the one time we tried playing it, I was actually pretty tired from work and stuff. So I remember I was actually super. I think we tried streaming it. Like I was super tired. I had asked to turn it off because I was like, I'm gonna fall asleep. Maybe that's just true for Secret of Mana overall. And like I find it sort of interesting, like playing Lagoon. Like Lagoon's not that fast. Yeah, was Secret of Mana 2 ported to anything? Because that's the one they did on like a PSP port or DS port or something, right? And they gave it like sort of Mana or something, or no, that was of Final Fantasy Adventure. I don't remember if Secret of Mana 2 got ported on anything, or if you just have to play a translator on. Final Fantasy Adventure's okay. Like, honestly, it feels a bit like Lagoon in the sense that it's like, the story's pretty light. There's some tropes. You're walking around hitting things with a sword. It's fine. Its biggest boon is that it's on the Game Boy, and there's just not a lot of action RPGs on the Game Boy. Like, I'd have to look at my save. I want to say I got maybe 10 hours in. No, I had fun. Jesus Christ, Towers 2. Okay, so, something I ordered recently that is relevant to your Towers 2 comment. You know, someone who got laid off. Ordering new things is super smart, right? The JAG AIOA Plus, all-in-one analog with JAGnet. So, Castlemania, like you've probably ordered from them before, I know I have. Check them out as a not sponsor of this stream. But they had some new Jaguar products. And they have like I think it's RGB and S-Video on like just a nub that plugs into the back. And it has a built-in JAGnet. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy that. So, I don't know, maybe we'll try that out. So we have Towers 2 on the Jaguar, and then we've got Towers 1 on the Game Boy Color. Because, you know, I'm all about them ports. Something that does overlap with a lot of this too, right? Looking at some of these kind of offbeat RPGs, you talk about Towers, some of the Koei stuff, and especially the Wizardry stuff. Boy, I have found that I get a big kick out of ports of games to console. Like, Towers for the Game Boy Color is the quintessential example. Like, it runs pretty good. It is not on the platform it is designed for. And I think that's neat. And like East 3 on the Super Nintendo, where it's got a couple weird compromises. This is a port of an X68000 game. Like, ports are cool. I think ports are sometimes more interesting to play than the original. And certainly, like, a bunch of the first-person shooters on N64 qualify. Quake 2 on the N64, Daikatana. Duke 64, like, that's neat. And it's fun to start there instead of starting on the target platform. Because I think you have fewer expectations. You can kind of take the game at face value. Yeah, Sonic on the Master System. Guess you could look at Mortal Kombat 3 for the Master System, because that also came out there. Fighting games are a bit weirder. Because honestly, I would argue the portable versions of Mortal Kombat are kind of trash. Street Fighter mostly is in that camp too. Although Alpha on the Game Boy Color is its own beast entirely. But like SNK has done a couple fighting games on the Game Boy which play an awful lot like their Neo Geo Pocket games. And so they actually play like a real video game. Doom is another lovely example. Like, you have asked me 15 years ago what I'd given Doom for the Super Nintendo time of day, I'd be like, oh, that looks like a janky port of a game I can play somewhere else. Nah. But now I'd be like, maybe we make an actual effort and just play through Doom on the Super Nintendo. Sure. I've got Might and Magic 3 for the Super Nintendo now. Ooh, yes. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Here's how deep my planning has been going. Because I've got plots and plans. Might and Magic 3 on the Super Nintendo has a bug that can corrupt your save. So it's generally recommended that if you're going to do Might and Magic on the Super Nintendo at all, that you do it with like an emulator. What I have done is I have a device that's meant for dumping and writing N64 ROMs to, it's called the N64 Blaster. It's like a board. I was using that to try to run ROMs in the N64 before. But in addition to dumping ROMs from cartridges, it can also dump the SRAM. So I emailed those folks because the version I have is like an outdated version and they don't sell it anymore. And they still have adapter boards for the Super Nintendo. So that's been ordered. And my plan is when we play through Might and Magic 3, I'm going to periodically dump the SRAM to my computer. So if it corrupts, I'm not fucked. That's thinking with portals, my friend. There's also me making use of a lot of equipment I already have around the house instead of like investing in a whole new set of things. Because that company, like their new product, it's supposed to just be faster and better. I was like, I don't want to get a new thing if I already have an old thing that'll be fine. Sword you, must sword you. Jump, 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 jump. I also have SimCity 2000 for the Super Nintendo. For the same reason around, like, ports are neat. Knowing full well that, if I remember, it doesn't support the mouse, and it runs really slow. But it's SimCity 2000. Super Nintendo. That's not supposed to be. I do at some point want to get back to SimCity 64 also, because that was legitimately fun. It was making me think, right? Real puzzly about how do we balance our city to make it continue to thrive. We just have a lot of video games to play. Sword you. No! No! Pew 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 pew. I will punish this whole ice cave. Destroy it with my bare hands. My magical sword. I'm definitely getting to the point of grinding where I'm starting to zone out as I move my character around. Running into stuff. Overshooting the place I'm supposed to walk through. Don't fall down the hole because I will die. In fact, I'll save it right now just to make sure. Instant death from holes is still a weird choice. I wonder. So okay, in East, your experience maxes out at I think like max in, which is like 65535, something like that. It's the right number of digits for this experience as well, and we're not into the 6,000s yet. So I wonder, like, as much as this is aping off East, I wonder if it's also going to do that. I don't know what makes that guy spawn or not spawn. That's right. You know, Doc, that's what we're here for. After I get this level here, I'll try the boss again. So I'll have a bit more MP to work with. Our stats will be a bit better. So far, the previous boss, the one that had like the hands that came out of the floor, it's probably my favorite boss because I think I had to do the most thinking about how to fight him. Where I was like having to time myself going in between his hands. Actually, no, I don't know. Maybe the rock bug. The rock bug, So I'd say I did have to do about an equivalent amount of strategery with the rock bug thing, where I was having to like jump over projectiles and hit them in the face, and then like move out of the range of getting hit. But it just took so long. Cause I had to wait for my opening. So that wasn't great. The dude with the hands, you know, I still had to think about positioning and stuff, which was good, but it was a much shorter fight. Once I figured out, I could just do it. I suppose one thing this shows is why Legend of Zelda is as popular as it is, because like boss encounter design for a top-down action adventure RPG-ish thing, not easy. All right, let's try this again. I was gonna try the side. Oh, that's one. Ow. Ow. So I took a lot less damage than before, even if it was a really sloppy play. There it is. Yeah, I rolled through it. Fimo! And I got the life ball. Alright. Cool. It's not equipped right now. I grinded good. I suspect I have to go back to the town. Be like, hey, there's a life ball. And they're like, hooray, now go talk to the nymphs in the nymph cave. And I'm like, okay. We'll go all the way back. Because that's how this works. But you can see, like, I was taking dramatically less damage from those crystals. Ow, ow, ow. Well, golly! You don't gotta be so mean to me. All right, I forgot. They actually gave me the angel bell and spent so long grinding. Did not remember. Wait, what? Gotta call with the dads? So you know, my glasses on. Apparently, I need better glasses. Gotta call the doodads. Oh, the doodads. Okay. Yes, the nymphs. Yes. Yeah. I was like, what dads? I don't understand. Did I go the wrong way already? I feel like it's the wrong way. Yeah, no, this feels like the right way. Yeah, this is the right way. I know, because I've backtracked through here like 100 times. Yes, so let's save. Yeah, so that should be my final staff, which, right, each level of staff kind of increases the power, and then each of these alters the element. A dragon! Dragons are so cool! You will now be at new area. Good luck in new area. Was the dragon a unit, or was the dragon like one of the generals or whatever you're probably fighting against? Did they have massive amounts of treasure? There's a hole. A boss? Oh god. Whatever. That teleporting was nonsense. I defeated Ella. Okay. Friends, I think we might have leveled a bit. Kind of want to finish exploring this dungeon a bit. Like, I was like, there's one hit left. Okay, you don't get to find them anymore. They're just gonna buzz around the room. I have to look back at the footage. I think Ella was the witch that was manipulating the Warrior of Dark. Or no, Ella had the princess, I think. Yeah, it wasn't the Warrior of Dark. Ella, I think, had the princess. Double check. Oh, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot here. Six, 5, 5, 3, 5. It's gonna max out just like East. Lagoon wants to be East so badly. I like how I solved this little dungeon maze by just going up and to the right. And I found it. This is the start. Seems like it. So I guess we'll be max level going into the final area, which is predictable. Then I will have to actually play good. So I won't just to level my way out of bad situations. Which would be basically where I'm at with East 3. I'm expecting I'm gonna find like my final spell crystal up here or something. Is my MP gonna max out at 255? That's what it's gonna be, isn't it? Yep. Gonna have one more jump in there. Oh, snap! Some DBZ fights going on! What up, Matt Rob? You just missed a huge DBZ fight. I got my final crystal! Thunder crystal, there it is! Puff! I like how this game's answer to how to get you from place to place is just to teleport you. This is why I saved at the start of the zone, because it is an automatic death. We're in the cloud, man. Damn it. I think we're gonna have to save scum every single jump because I'm gonna botch these. Okay. Okay, so look at magic now. I have Thunderball, Homing Thunder, Thunderbolt, Explosive Thunder. I want to check the other cloud first. I do think it's a very real mistake to make falling instant death. Especially when you can save anywhere, because it just slows the game down. That's apparently not the way to go. Sure, we'll try it. Okay. That looked like it was very far down. When the moonlight comes to the castle's terrace, fold the moonstone, drop of the moon to the sky. Power will be given to the person who controls the power of light, and the moonblade will be created. I have a moonstone. I'm gonna get the moonblade in here at some point, and it's gonna be super dope. I want to try my zaps. Zap. Zap. No. Get him, grass man! Gotta get your Mickey D's on. Is that just because it's easy for the kids to eat? Sort of thought my magic recharged when I wasn't moving. No, it's not true. Ah. I have some leftover sausages in the fridge. That'll probably be my dinner. I'll get you! I'll get you! Lizard man. I have grown to appreciate the steak bagel sandwich from McDonald's breakfast. I think it was Mythical Kitchen that talked it up. I'm like, I will try it. And I'm like, I like this. Get your nuggies. Some nuggies for Doc. Gotta find this terrace. Yes, I agree. You understand. I have leftovers to eat. Maybe I'll do like eat garbage food tonight thing. So, you know, sometimes it's like, yeah, I just want to eat some trash. Like a crappy frozen pizza or something. That was a big old grid. Oh. I found gold. Am I even gonna have access to a shop? Terrace. Where's the moonlight? We're gonna get our sword, friends! final tier, and it adds 20 attack. Alright, I guess. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like final gear hidden throughout this dungeon, because like I've definitely not just been crawling across each floor. I've just been making a beeline for my super awesome sword. Oh god. Dave Corus and I bought a bunch of Hot Pockets with the arena branding when that advertisement campaign came out, because why would you do that? And I could not finish a Hot Pocket. Like, it was so salty. I was like, this tastes just like salt. This is really gross, actually. Like, maybe I'm just too old for it now, but like, I know I just said, like, you know, sometimes I want to eat trash. Like, I felt really gross eating that, and I couldn't finish it. Pizza rolls I can get behind. Party pizzas I can get behind. Hot Pockets? No. For all I know, Chorus still has those boxes of Hot Pockets sitting in his freezer, because I had him take them home, because like, I told him, I was like, I'm not taking these home because I'm not going to eat any of them. Yeah, I can see that being an issue. You have to get the Hot Pocket puree. I think we just hit max level, friends. 255 MP, 65,535 experience points. We all know what that means. Actually, save. I gained 35 levels in this game. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how pot pies are yummy. It'll be interesting to see how these final bosses are balanced. If I'm gonna be just basically knocking them over. I don't think there's been much use for gold in this game. I'm trying to think what I would have bought. I think I bought a healing pot early on. I don't know. I don't think I bought any gear. I think all the gear No, I bought some gear. One thing that was kind of annoying is that there's a shop at one of the towns that's like, oh, a thief stole our stuff, so we can't sell anything. And that just never paid off. Like, you never found the thief. There's just a shop was there that just didn't have stuff. When's the last time we had TV dinner? I think probably the last time I did anything close to a TV dinner was like, I know there was a hot minute in high school where we'd buy like those Encore branded barbecue rib meat patties, so you can make like knockoff McRibs. I think that's the closest thing I would have done. You darn tarnation. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Like the one that was like 12 in a pack or whatever. And then we just like baked them and then shared through them. I mean, I guess one thing that benefits you, Matt, is like it's soft, so it's easy to chew. Brutal Foods does some fun videos reviewing TV dinners. So I live a little bit vicariously through that. I really get the feeling this is going to be an area where I'm just going to wander around for a while. It was neither a cuisine nor was it specifically geared towards kids. They should have called it Scam Dinner. We don't need no teleport puzzles in this game, we're okay. Ow, ow. That dude shooting the fireballs, he's like that one dude from He-Man. Right? The dude with the big floppy hat that flies around. Yeah, look at that dude. That dude's from He-Man. Let me check my schedule, actually. There's a good chance I'll be doing some sort of streaming tomorrow. My health rate's all I check. Yeah, I don't have any events going on. I'm gonna be trying to start to get some folks in the area together to do like board games and stuff, but that'll take time to get together. What I'm trying to do is get myself set up to kind of do some chores every day, then some fun stuff, and then as schedules become clearer, you know, go out and do social things with people. Armor? I got statue. I smell a puzzle. So for real, Kapu and I have a shared calendar that we use to just like make sure we keep track of like dog appointments, or like she had a concert she was going to last week, or like I've got a one-on-one call with somebody, just because like it's so easy to forget things. I think this is a multi-level maze, friends. Let's go a circle. Not quite. I will say, I really have no idea where I am in this castle right now. Is it taking me back to terrace? Back to the terrace. Okay. I mean, it's cool that we got here as quickly as we had. So what's down here? Was this how we got out before? I think so. And what was the mirror door? Unless I just didn't go through it. Or do I put the statue there? Statue. Boom. Boom. Well, if something goes in that hole in the wall, I don't know what goes in there. I guess I'll have to look for like a pedestal or something to put this statue on. Probably unlocks like a, or opens like a door or something. Okay, been looking at these like small statues and seeing like if there's any look out of place. I'm on a quest for glory. I'll get you, grass man. Man, Doc, remember when that person on the mountain was like, I'm gonna stop you. You're not going anywhere. I was like, uh-huh. Sure. Were you grinding levels? I sure was. And now I am going to destroy you. Oh, there you are. Make it to work. See, this looks immediately suspicious to me because it's the only spot that has two statues next to each other instead of it being alternating. I guess that has it too. That's alternating. This is a floor I didn't go to before. Just in case it's a drop-off. Yep. In fact, it's too big of a drop-off for me to get across. Okay. Yeah, so we don't do that. Does that imply then that there's another one of those around here? I think I've done that before. Take care, Doc. There's a chance I'm probably stopping soon, too. Unless I have some sort of an epiphany here. My gamepad, this is an 8-bit DOE wireless Super Nintendo pad. It's actually been pretty good for this. It has a wireless receiver that just plugs right into the Super Nintendo. USB-C. No, it's not USB-C. It's a micro USB, I think, for charging. It's trapped in the mirror on the 4th floor. Got the statue. Use a statue on the crest in the room where Felicia is trapped. Make sure that you use it while fixing Felicia. Well, at least we know what we're doing now. So we have a statue. Cool. We need to find the room where Felicia is trapped. It's on the 4th floor. I wonder if the 4th floor is the floor that has the that purple ground, right? The one that had the big gap that I couldn't jump over. No. One thing that's sort of lame is they're like, yeah, it's on the 4th floor. I'm like, I don't know. Where is this the person again? Yes, it is. I don't know what floor the 4th floor is. Apparently I'll find Felicia in a mirror. So, okay. I will probably end up calling this stream here because I'm going to need a refresh before we continue navigating this maze. I'm going to eat dinner at some point too. And say hi to Kapula. She got home. So we'll heal. Save. That's the plot twist. Oak in the mirror. I'm like, oh! Alright, well, thanks for watching. Good evening, and we'll be back on hopefully tomorrow, if not, sometime this week. Doodles.
I got a hand-me-down